Welcome to Look Smarter Than You Are with Oracle Essbase Calc scripts. We're going to cover the data export command, specifically how to use it to export to a text file. As we learned from an earlier video, data export will export a subset of your Essbase cube and push it to either a text file or a relational table, but in our case, we're going to use the text file format. So when exporting out to a text file, the key part is after the data export command to put the word file in double quotes. Then there are three other arguments. The delimiter, which is a single character. Most commonly, it's a comma or a pipe. Sometimes it's a space. File name is creatively the file name, including the extension. It doesn't automatically put txt out there. You can use a fully qualified path and a file name. There are even fun ways to tell it specifically what database directory to put it into. If you just say a file name, it's going to put it in the main application directory. Missing argument is for what Essbase will output if it doesn't see a value at that intersection. By default, it is going to put out £mi, which is a shorthand term for pound missing. If you specify null, then it's going to output nothing for missing values. So there are a lot of key data export options that you will find in another video. Go to epm.bi/videos to see those. But in our example here, we're going to export out just the data within Texas, and we're going to export it to a file. We're going to set a few options first. We're going to say export level 0. We're going to turn off dynamic calc. We're going to set it to 2 decimals, turn on column format, put time across the columns. We're going to overwrite the file if it's currently existing. Notice we also have set update calc off at the top, so it operates on the entire database, not just the blocks it thinks are dirty and need to be calculated. And at the bottom, there's our handy data export wrapped inside of a fix, where we say export to a file, use comma as the delimiter, and then the file name is c:\exports /greatstateoftexas.txt. Notice I didn't specify the pound missing operator, so it's going to export missing values as £mi. So let's say we wanted to take all of our data and export it to a CSV, a comma-separated value file. There's not an argument called CSV. We actually have to tell it the delimiter should be a comma. So in our example here, we're going to export the data to a file. Notice the middle argument is a comma. That's our delimiter. We're going to export it to alldata.txt. Maybe we want the delimiter to be a space. That's easy. Notice the middle argument is just double quote, space, double quote. Notice in both of these examples, we don't give it the final argument. So it's going to just output £mi when it encounters missing values. But in the second example, we're going to put it in a specific directory, c:\extracts /alldata.txt. What if we wanted to export to a CSV, and then when a number is missing, just go right on to the next delimiter. Don't bother putting any sort of thing out there. We can just say null. What about exporting a set of data but limiting the set of data we're pulling in? Well, in our example, we are going to fix on just Texas, export it out to a file called gs_of_tx.txt, and instead of putting out £mi or just skipping it, we're going to put out n/a, not applicable. So let's try something really impressive. We want to export all the cola products to a comma-separated value file using very specific formatting. Well, in this case, we're going to have to use the data export options, again explained in another video, epm.bi/videos. But in this section, we're going to say data export level to level 0, data export dynamic calc off, because we're not going to export the dynamic calc members. We're going to export things with 2 decimal points, whether they have 2 decimals or not. We're going to pad it 2 decimals. We are going to make sure we're in column format, so there's dimension across the columns. That column dimension is going to be time. And if there's a file out there, we're going to overwrite it. Notice in our fix down below, we're going to fix on @children of colas, so it does all the products underneath cola.